Good morning everyone, Rach here from Rara's Realm. I apologise for my sound, I think it sounds off. I have got the makings of flu. I am a Kiwi cross stitcher and I'm sharing my year of madness this year with everyone. Welcome to new subscribers and g'day to those returning. I've got a little bit of housekeeping. So if you watched last week's video, you know that my cat was missing. My cat turned up dead that afternoon. I think I had mentioned that I had been into the hospital to alert them, and it turned out that a gentleman who went into the hospital, I'm not sure the details of his visit to the hospital, but he said there's a dead cat by the road, so they rang me up and I went looking and I found him, and when I saw him I thought, ah, that's Charlie. So I took him to the vet and checked the microchip, which confirmed that it was. So while it's heartbreaking that he's gone, at least I know the story. Two of the vets at the nurse have got cats been missing for months and they have no idea whether they're dead or alive, and I don't think I could cope with that given his nature, which he was a very scared cat. He only had 5 safe humans. The blessing in disguise is that he's not trapped somewhere petrified, and that we know the outcome, and while I'm sounding upset, I'm chuckling because I know that he's gone across the Rainbow Bridge to annoy our old cat that he used to annoy. Poor old Sid's going, oh God, I was having peace and quiet and you've arrived. So we don't have a cat anymore, and we're going to probably stay catless through Christmas into January. We've got the Australian contingent of our family arriving for Christmas. I was concerned about how he would cope with Christmas. So I think with all of that going on, we're not going to revisit an animal until January at some point. But there's lots of cats in the neighbourhood. I could go and have a pat and a tickle and a chat, so it should be alright. And there's Daisy every 2 weeks at Stitchy Group. Daisy, prepare yourself, love. The other thing that I wanted to share in housekeeping, which I should have shared last week, but I just had other things on my mind. One of my viewers who lives in Australia, she and I share the same unicorn chart, which is Mirabilia / Nora Corbett's Touching the Autumn Sky, and she very luckily won an auction on a business page on Facebook, so it wasn't a private sale, and won the chart. And she has kindly offered to lend it to me to stitch it, because she's not going to get to it for a little while. And I think at this point that I'm going to be taking her up on that offer. But what I'm going to do is get Orchard Valley Quilting Bee finished first. So, and then that piece will become my focus piece, and I will probably do a little bit of jiggery pokery to make sure that I'm doing it in a timely manner so that I can get the chart back to its rightful owner. So I don't have it in my hands, I haven't asked for it yet. That's my plan of attack: finish Orchard Valley Quilting Bee and then look into that. There is a new little Mirabilia / Nora Corbett, I don't know what names they are, called Pond Lily, that looks like it's small. I'm going to get that and hopefully do that before I start touching the autumn sky, so that I've got a small one to do, a Mirabilia to do, that gives me an idea of the whole process. I've never beaded anything, I mean, I like it anyway. I think it's a sweet little chart, so it'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. There's that other tabby that used to get confused with my tabby. So that's sort of the next thing. My next daughter will have that chart and all its bits and bobs in it. I'll get Orchard Valley Quilting Bee. I will check that I'm still allowed to borrow the chart and then borrow it and get on and get that done. So that might feature every fortnight in my plans. We'll see how it goes. Okay, projects. So I didn't stitch on Monday at all. I didn't stitch for 3 days. So he went. I was aware he was missing from Saturday morning, and I would suggest that he was probably killed overnight, Saturday night, Sunday morning. He was stiff as a board when I picked him up. So I didn't stitch over the weekend, and I didn't stitch on Monday. But on Tuesday, while I was teary and stuff, I was okay to stitch because I had the outcome. I knew what was going on. So I cracked on with the plans of attack, I think. I've fiddled around a little bit this week. What I have discovered is that, and this is partly Charlie related, so I don't know if this is going to change, but I quite like it, so I might try not to let it change. I've been getting up relatively early, and I get a good couple of hours before the rest of the house wakes up and I have to start dealing with my mother. And I've found that the overhead light is sufficient enough in the morning when I'm alert and not tired, that I can actually stitch. So I've been stitching for an hour and a half to 2 hours at the start of the day, plus what I've been doing in the afternoon, which is generally when I stitch. I don't try to stitch at night because I'm too tired. And I think the combination of too tired and the lighting means that I'll make mistakes, so I don't. So what I actually have done for several of the mornings this week is actually work on Hawk Run Hollow, which was the piece that I was supposed to have worked on the weekend that Charlie went missing. So I'm doing the village of Hawk Run Hollow, and I'm only on block 2, and I have got basically the greenery, the space for the fence, the words underneath. And I'm about to really start in here. So that's going to end up going everywhere, isn't it? Let's put that down there. What I managed to do over the mornings was, okay, that was something I wanted to check, is get the outline of the church. So this is not showing very well until I play it back. The whole outline of the body of the church is done. I haven't started the roof, and I haven't filled in the windows or the doors. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll have to see it when I play it back. There is a marked difference between this white and the buttery colour behind the fence. I don't know if you've watched several videos. I've ummed and ahed about whether I go to the bother of filling in the fence. But there is a marked difference, and I think I will fill this in at some point. So I'm quite happy with the progress on this block now. The roof will be easy to do. It's just a triangle. There's trees and sort of back stitchy stuff to go. Fill that in, and the border, and that is done. I'm not putting in... At this point in time, I have no intention of putting in the Reverend Isaiah Cook, partly because Isaiah is spelt wrong, and I don't think I could be bothered fiddling with fixing it. And two, it's quite cluttered. I might, at this point, leave it out. So I'll do everything up until that point and see. I'm a bit I thought that we'd have a better view on the screen. Anyway, you can see the white there now. So I've done that over several mornings this week. I also gave a little bit of time on some mornings to Orchard Valley Quilting Bee. I'm down here. I've just got this block, and this block, half of this block to do. And when you last saw it, I've got the tree and this house and underneath done. I think I only gave this one morning, so I haven't done a whole heap, but I've completed the border along a bit, and I've done the quilt between the two houses, so I've just added a bit more in. So that's moving. Okay, and then the next spool off the rank was to do my just cross stitch ornament, and I was partway through an ornament which is called A Woodland Wish by Blue Ribbon Designs in the 2014 ornament issue, and it's this one here. So if you have a good look at that, try and hold it still, but I seem to be shaking. I don't have anything to put behind it. So, I'm calling this a finish. I decided to take out Peace on Earth and I moved the reindeer down a couple of stitches because they were butting up very close to all of these things to fit the wording in. And I've left off the date, not really sure why, but none of the others are dated. I think that's probably part of it. This is about the third or fourth of these ones I've done. And I've left off the snowflakes. I've got the snow under the trees and the reindeer, but I've actually left off the snowflakes because I've been leaving them off the other ones, so there's a little bit of consistency. So I'm calling that done, and I think I worked out it's the 10th finish this year. Doesn't have to go back in the book. Excuse me. I thought I would start coughing because I'm talking. And then, so Friday, Saturday I was to work on Cooper, but my mother ended up in hospital for the night, so I didn't stitch it all on Saturday. So I did a little bit on Friday and a little bit yesterday morning. And when you last saw it, I had only just started. I've got part of the D, E and the F done. That's the last time you saw it. And I have now got all of the D. I've started on Cooper's head, and there's a little bit of the letter beside, which I think is the B. So this is on the called for fabric, which is Wren with the called for DMC. So that's my stitching. I was meant to do Garden Club series yesterday, and I just felt lousy yesterday, so I didn't stitch, and I haven't done anything this morning yet. But once the Panadol kicks in, which it's starting to, I'll try and get an hour or two on Garden Club series and move that along a little bit before I have to stop it. Then I've got Quaker Street for 2 days, which is my Presidential Blue number, and Blessed Be, which is with Thy Needle and Thread, and then the Viewer's Choice. And the Viewer's Choice, by one vote, is Snowbells. And thank you. I really appreciate all the comments that said you need something small and cheerful. Too many big things, or given the situation, something light-hearted. So I really appreciate everyone saying that. So what did we say? This is Jingle. So this is the one I will start at the weekend. So this will also give me a foray into beading and all of that sort of thing. So that's my Saturday, Sunday start. So you'll see where I'm at next week. I went into the local, not so local, in the Big Smoke cross-stitchy shop on Wednesday. Met a couple of my stitchy mates and had a little shop. So I got Bent Creek's Kitty Cat Row, because it has a tabby and a ginger in it, which are the last two cats that we've had. We haven't, there's not really, yeah. So I'll just add it to the stash. I haven't got any plans to stitch it yet. And she had in quite a good collection of little house needleworks. So I got Louise and Henry, and I got Bessie. So that's my additions. I didn't have to order overseas for. I've got no orders in overseas anywhere. There is the most amazing chart on, I want to say her name is Lily Violet, but that will be so off the mark, I don't know, but that will give you a good starting point. She's Italian, I think, on Etsy, and she has done a piece with cuckoo clocks called, I think, she in her language calls it CU. So if you go into Etsy and put CU cross stitch chart, you might get it. It looks really cool. At the moment I don't see it as a PDF. I'll just keep checking back, and as soon as I see it as a PDF I'm going to get it. It just looks great. I think there are 10 cuckoo clocks on it and some little people. And I just really liked it when I saw it. I worked for a couple of weeks in Switzerland not long before I came back to New Zealand in 2013, and I really liked, it was only in Geneva, I didn't see much more. I know, I took a train to a place called Neon, and I really enjoyed my time there, and this piece just really jumped out at me when I saw it advertised. So yeah, go have a look at it if you like the idea of cuckoo clocks. And I think that is everything. I don't think there's anything else I have to say. Ow, my knee is sore at the moment. So I will catch you next week, hopefully with a bit more progress on Garden Club today. 2 days for Quaker Street, 2 days for Blessed Bee, and Snowbell's Jingle. Make a start. I hope I don't argue too much with it. Don't know how you tell which... the floss looks like it's all in a big knot. I hope it's going to be easy to figure out. I haven't actually even opened this at all. There could be swear words. And I could actually throw a tantrum and start something different. So, we will see. I need 2 more subscribers to get to 250. Then I can give away this chart that I'm planning to give away. So, if you've got anybody that you know stitches the same sorts of things I do and they might enjoy my channel, point them in my direction. We're nearly there, 2 more. I know lots of people go on about the thousands mark. I'm just happy to get to 250. Anyway, I will go before I cough my guts up on screen, and I will catch you next week for the end of the fortnight and some more choosing of projects. Have a good week, everyone. Bye for now.